more we have that stress response system activated, the body is saying we either need to fight or we need to flee. So you're just dumping all kinds of adrenaline and other neurochemicals. So there's anxiety. There can be stress. When people start having this reaction, they start having muscle tension, sweating, heart rate increases, breathing increases. People will call that anxiety. Some will label that as anger. Either way, they're both sides of the same coin. They need to do something. But if it lasts too long, then we start moving into depression. And they don't have the get up and go anymore. There's just not any excitatory neurotransmitters really left. They need some time to rest and rebalance. Behaviorally, think about it. If you go somewhere and you are just constantly on guard, are you going to keep going there or are you going to withdraw? So people who have a lot of thinking errors, unhelpful thoughts, tend to withdraw more. They may turn to addictions to kind of numb or blunt some of the input. Sleep problems and changes. When you are hypervigilant, when you have this stress response going, even if it's not at full bore, if it's still there somewhat, if you're stressed out, you're not going to sleep as well. You're going to maintain higher levels of cortisol. So you're not going to get that restful, rejuvenating sleep. You may kind of doze on and off. Eating changes. Depending on the person, some people eat to self-soothe, some people can't eat at all. But we do see that the hormones, ghrelin and leptin, get all out of whack, not under stress, but also when sleep gets out of whack, when your circadian rhythms get out of whack. So we're starting to see the cascade effect where it's emotional and behavioral. Physical, you've got stress-related illnesses that start coming up. If you're on that much, you've got muscle tension for that long, it starts to hurt. You start to get migraines, your back starts to hurt. Wherever you store your stress, so to speak, it starts to come out. And most people, when they're under a lot of stress for an extended period, a day is not a big deal for most people, but for an extended period, become more susceptible to illnesses. They start getting sick easier. Headaches, GI distress. Some people store their stress right in their gut. Socially, think about the last time you were stressed. Were you patient and tolerant and just a pleasure to be around? You may have tried to be, but you're more prone to irritability and impatience, and again, wanting to withdraw. All of these effects contribute to fatigue and a sense of hopelessness and helplessness, which often intensifies thinking errors. So you'll see this negative reciprocal interaction. If somebody feels stressed out and overwhelmed and they withdraw, then they may start feeling like they have no support, and they lose all their social buffers to the stress, so they feel even more stressed, so they want to withdraw even more. So we're going to talk about how to prevent that. Now, I like this little diagram, maybe because it's got a heart in the center, I don't know. But behavior, feelings, and thoughts. This is the outside of the circle. All